Sunday, day 3, and it's been raining since about 1 o'clock in the morning, exactly what I have screenshot as the forecast. Last night I had thought about it, and supposedly there's supposed to be strong wind gusts this morning that are going to end around 11, 12 o'clock. So I was going to go a little bit later today. I just have to go maybe, I don't know, a kilometer or 2 across this lake. Then I have a 170 meter portage, and then I have 7.5K on Arabelas. That's my big venture for today. And then I have a 1,500 meter portage, and I'm staying on Big Thunder. On Big Thunder, I'm on a site all by myself, so I don't have to hurry to get there. So I was going to leave a little bit later, just based on what the forecast says. Now, I don't know if the forecast has changed. I look outside right now, and it's calm. There's no wind gusts. My experience, it's always, not always, but I mean most of the time, early in the morning, the water's fairly calm. Due to the canoe that I have, it's very light, excuse me, and it doesn't do very well in the wind. Even, well, when it's loaded it does much better, but still it's a struggle in the wind. So I'm going to leave now. I think I'm going to go by what I can see, and what I can see right now is the water's calm, so I'm going to pack up my stuff and get going, and hopefully the water stays calm, and hopefully nobody's on Big Thunder when I get there, and I'm all good to go. So that's the plan. So the rain has actually stopped for a bit, giving me a chance to pack up my tent. I had set up a mini tarp, I guess, my footprint over here. So the plan was actually to put the tent under there and then pack it up under there. The fly's soaking wet obviously already. I have a plastic bag ready to put that in, but I didn't want to get the rest of it wet, so this is perfect. So it just kind of goes to show me that maybe my decision making is right. So my little, I guess you can't see that, but the footprint from the tent worked out great. I just have a little tiny area here where I can cook, and even though the rain has slowed down, it's still dripping a little bit, but you never know when it might just start pouring. So I really hate sitting out and you're waiting for water to boil and you're cooking and then it just starts pouring on you. You can't really do anything because everything's already laid out, and you've got your, you know, I've got most of my food out, it's all unpacked. So this way I can just stay dry until I finish my breakfast, and then I'll just fold this up inside out, put it in a plastic bag, and off I go. Today's breakfast is rehydrated, dehydrated apple slices and apples and cinnamon oatmeal. Well, it's about 10 after 8 and I'm ready to go. Just started raining again. It was almost like it just gave me a little reprieve there to have my breakfast, and now I'm getting get on the water. It's raining, but I'm okay with the rain as long as the wind is down. Reached my first portage of the day, and I'm going to put some water in one of the dry bags and put it in the back of the boat for my paddle across the next lake, Arabla, I guess it's called, because I was getting pushed and there isn't even really any wind, so off we go. Well, I did the single carry from Maple to Arablas, and I'm not going to be doing it again. It did work, and the bag wasn't stuck because I switched the yoke last night, but it's just too heavy with the bag, especially now it being soaking wet, and the canoe. It's just too much weight for me, so I'm going to do my 14.95 after I go through this lake, and I'm just going to single carry and double carry, and it's just the way it's going to be. I really tried, I really wanted to do it. Maybe on some of the smaller ones in the next couple days I can, but on a big one, it's just not going to happen. Well, as I mentioned, I needed some weight in the back of the boat. I don't know if this is going to do it, but I have a dry bag. I've filled it with water as much as I can, and I've put it in the back of the boat. So it doesn't seem too windy out right now, which I'm really happy about. I'm just excited to get across this lake and get to the 1,500 meter portage. I have no problems just walking around in the forest in the rain. Well, I am paddling on Arabelas. I just stopped for 2 seconds to set up the phone, the camera, to take this video, and I got turned over 45 degrees. Anyways, the wind has found me, and it's not too bad because I'm paddling directly into the wind. I think the bag of water in the back is helping a little bit too. I'm not quite sure because I'm not doing it without it, so don't really know any better. It's not too bad. It could always be worse, right? Well, I'm very happy I made it to my portage, and 1,495 meters, and I'm gonna double carry and just walk around in the forest and try to dry myself off a bit. Well, I just finished the 1495, and I have no idea how I did 6 portages yesterday. Like, I'm just beat. It was so hard for me to carry the canoe, both the first half and the second half. I adjusted the yoke yesterday so that the pack could get through, so I could do a single carry, and it's just not right. The weight is just all off, and when I get to my site tonight, I'm going to switch it back for tomorrow. Hopefully that helps. I've got a lot of time at my site. My site is actually on this lake, so I'm going to go find it and get set up and get out of these wet clothes and do some relaxing. So off I go. When I got to my site on Big Thunder, there were 4 guys that were just leaving, and I met some people on the portage who told the guys not to put out the fire because I was on my way, so they didn't, which was awesome. So I've got the fire going, but it keeps going out because it's getting rained on. I did my little tarp shelter here with my footprint from my tent, and it's just enough for me to sit under and stay dry while the fire goes so I can warm up because I am soaked. I've discovered this weekend that my raincoat is no longer waterproof. I'm not sure when that happened. The last time I wore it, I was fine. And my long sleeve shirt got wet, so it's in the tent, and I'm periodically taking my jacket off and holding it over the fire to kind of try to warm it up. And I can see steam coming off of it. So anyways, I've got the fire going, but instead of it getting put out this time, what I have is I always bring a couple of sheets of foil with me when I come camping. They don't take up any room, and they're invaluable if you need them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of foil over top on the grill, and that'll keep the fire somewhat dry, and hopefully it'll keep it from going out. So sorry again about the picture. I think the camera's just fogged up because it's so damp out here. Anyways, I got the fire going down on the bottom, and then I made like a rack, and I've got a bunch of pieces sitting here to dry because everything is so wet, and that way when this stuff burns out, then I can just drop this stuff in, and I'll just keep rotating new stuff in and then dropping it down. That should keep my fire going, and it should keep it nice and hot. Well, I got a couple things going on here. It's about 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. I'm still pretty wet. I'm just wearing a tank top under my raincoat because my raincoat is wet on the inside, which sucks. So I've been standing over the fire, holding it, trying to dry it out. The problem is that while I'm standing there, I'm not covered by the tarp because it's not really a tarp, it's just a footprint from my tent. Eliminated the tarp. Bad idea. Grant, you were right. That's all good. You know, I wanted to bring it. I just didn't have room, and you know, I'm still actually doing okay with this, but it would be nice to have my tarp right now, but I can make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the tarp. Right now it's lengthwise so that I could sit on the bench, which I thought would be nice when I cook my dinner tonight. But what I'm going to do is turn it so that it comes to here, and then I can sit right down here. I need to sit right in front of the fire. If I'm going to dry my clothes and dry myself and my hair and get warm, I need to sit right beside the fire. So I'm going to move the tarp and relocate myself, and there's a nice log over there, and I'm just going to slide it over here so I can sit here, and then I'm going to sit by the fire so I can dry out and warm up, because I am freezing right now and I need to dry my clothes out. Okay, so I got my shelter all set up and I'm really happy with it. It's such a huge difference. Fire's going nicely with the little foil grill over top. I've got a couple pieces of wood drying out there. I have to go get wood now. I just have a little bit, but I had to get this done first. So now I have the ground sheet, aka today tarp, turned the other direction, and it's perfect. I've got it sitting nicely. I can just, I moved the log over, so I put the garbage bag that's dry on it so I can sit there. I got some stuff that was wet that's drying underneath the bench. My boots there, my hiking boots, I can now put beside the fire because I can actually sit under it and put some things nearby and let them dry out. So hopefully I will be warm very soon. First I have to get some more wood, and then I should be on my way to drying out my stuff. Well, my spirits are definitely up from a couple of hours ago. When I first got here, I was kind of freaked out. I just noticed that I burnt my pants. That's what I'm looking at right now. They're all like, I don't know, sticky, I guess, because they're plasticky. They're rain pants, so I better go change. But anyways, when I got here, I was very wet, and when I discovered my raincoat was leaking and the shirt that I had underneath was wet, I was kind of freaked out because I only brought this fleece, my raincoat, this white long sleeve, and then I have 2 thin dry wick long sleeves and 4 tank tops. And basically what I do is I change the underlayers, you know, when I get sweaty or wet or whatever, and then I just leave the, you know, put these same overlayers on, and it works great. But if my outer layer gets wet, what do? So I got a little freaked out. Now I've got this shelter. I made a little clothesline in here, so my shirt is drying. My other shirt is drying. I'm dry myself, which is fabulous. Some of me is on fire, which is kind of okay right now. I mean, I'm bummed. I'll get a new pair of pants, but my knee's really warm. This is definitely a keen foot. I mean, I've got tan lines and dirt lines from where the sandals were not. That's too funny. Well, it's still raining here on Big Thunder Lake, but it looks like something nice is coming, I hope. Well, for the first time today, the sun is out. It's so nice, and I can't go take a picture because I'm sitting here drying my clothes still. Hey! Well, it's been a long day. I spent like the last 2 or 3 hours drying my clothes by the fire, which, if you don't know, it takes quite a while. I am hungry, and today I'm making a combined dinner. Usually I bring what I think is pretty good food, and I love it. But for this trip, because of all the portages and everything, I just wanted to make it really easy. Plus, I knew that I was going to do a big trip this weekend, but I hadn't pinpointed exactly what the details were. So a couple days before I left, I placed an order for a bunch of freeze-dried food, and everything came in packages. I thought I'd combine this one. So basically what I brought was dehydrated asparagus and mushrooms. They're not morels. I'm so sad they're all gone. So I'm going to rehydrate these. And I also have a package of chicken breast, cooked, diced, and freeze-dried from Backpacker's Pantry. With that I have basmati rice. I get this from the dollar store. It's probably a little heavy, but it's not really very much. It's a teeny package. And what I like about this is it's already cooked. So basically I'm going to take this And I'm going to mix it with some of my special concoction that I brought here. It's oyster sauce, sesame oil, and a bit of soy sauce. And I'm going to stir fry that up with the chicken, the mushrooms, and the asparagus. And I think I have a little bit of garlic somewhere. I think it should be pretty good. Please don't spill out. It's funny because the sauces actually separate in the little tubey thing here. I usually get most of it out with a fork. I don't think I trust myself with the fork in here. Didn't know how much chicken was going to be in the bag either. I've never, I used to use dehydrated chicken a lot before, but I haven't used it in a long time, so. Bon appetit. Probably gonna burn my mouth too. Drain some of the water out of here. Gee. It's good.